Welcome back to Science. This is our unit on plants and animals. We're on lesson 5. What different parts do animals have? Today you need to grab your science workbook and your plant experiment supplies. Open your workbook to lesson 4. Follow along as I read to you. What different parts do animals have? Phenomenon. Some animals do not have legs. What do you wonder about this phenomenon? They have a sentence starter for you. I wonder blank. Use best guess spelling and write what you wonder about the fact that some animals do not have legs. Some animals do not have legs. What do you wonder about this? Complete the sentence. It begins, I wonder, and then there's 2 blank lines for you. Use best guess spelling. Reading the science text. What different parts do animals have? Our science words are fin and scales. Now repeat after me. Fin, scales. Plants have parts. So do animals. Can you name some parts that animals have? Number 1, animal bodies. Animals come in many shapes and sizes. You can tell one kind of animal from another kind by looking at its body parts. Turn to the next page in your workbook. It looks like this. Number 1, animal bodies. Let me read the directions for you. List 2 ways these animals are different. Now let's look at the bodies of these 2 animals and come up with 2 ways they are different. How about the way they travel? How do they each move? With what body part? Number 1, one has feet and one has fins. That's a difference between their bodies, right? One walks, the other one swims, and they use different body parts. So it said list 2 ways these animals are different. What else about their bodies are different? How about where their eyes are? One has eyes in front and one on the top of their heads. See how the hedgehog, his eyes are in the front of his face, but the fish has eyes up closer to the top of his head. So our answers are number 1, one has feet and one has fins. Number 2, one has eyes in front and one on top of their heads. Number 2, eyes, ears, mouth, and nose. Many animals have eyes, ears, a mouth, and a nose. Owls have 2 large eyes. Some animal eyes are tiny. Many bats have pointed ears. Sea lions have small ears. A hippo has a large mouth. It has sharp teeth. The nose of a pig is wide and flat. Now let's look at the bottom of the page we started working on. Number 2, eyes, ears, mouth, and nose. Listen as I read the directions. Draw lines to each body part. Let's draw a line from the word eye to the fox's eye. Can you do that too? Now he does have 2 eyes, but the word says eye, so we need to only point to one of them. Let's draw a line from the word nose to the fox's nose. Let's draw a line from the word ear to the fox's ear. And again, like with the eye, it says ear, not ears. So we need to only identify one ear, and people can realize the other one that looks like it is also an ear. Here we go. And now let's draw a line from the word mouth to the fox's mouth. His mouth is right below his nose. There we go. Did you finish that page yet? Now, we're going to start an experiment today with plants. I want you to grab your plant experiment bag. It looks like this picture. Open the bag. Be careful, you don't want to dump the dirt everywhere. Take out the bag with the seeds and the picture direction sheet. Here's a picture of what the direction sheet looks like, and there's a picture of what it should look like if you took the bag with the seeds out. We're only going to start our experiment today. Place the 3 seeds on 1/2 of the open napkin. So your napkin was folded in half. I want you to unfold it. I want you to put the seeds similarly to how I did it, because we want them separate from each other to have their own little space on the napkin. Then, like in the other picture, I want you to spray a little water on the seeds. You don't want to put so much that the napkin falls apart. Fold the dry half of the napkin over the seeds. Then I want you to spray a little water on the dry half of the napkin. Now, if you don't have a water bottle to spray with, you could put some water in a cup and dip just the tips of your fingers in and kind of splash with your fingers onto the napkin and the seeds. Carefully put the napkin and seeds back into the Ziploc bag. Just lay the bag down sideways and slide the seeds and napkin into the bag, keeping them flat. Then I want you to close the top of the bag back up and hang the bag up on your refrigerator door, like I did. I'm going to go over the directions again. All right, it says, follow these steps to prepare your seeds. Stick a piece of masking tape on a plastic bag to write your name on. You don't need to do that because we're not in school hanging all of our bags up together. So you're going to fold the paper towel so it'll fit inside the plastic bag. I did that for you. So now you just need to open it flat. You could spray the paper towel so it's damp but not dripping wet before or after you put the seeds on. I like doing it after the seeds are on. Place your seeds in the fold of the paper towel. The seeds should not touch. Put the paper towel with the seeds inside the bag, keeping it flat. I think you need to spray the closed napkin one more time to make sure that there is water on both sides of your seed, okay? Then close the bag again. You will keep track of how your seeds grow in your science workbook. The last time we were doing our work, we passed this page in our plant section. Please go in there and look at the first box. I'd like you to write day 1. And I want you also to write May 19th, because we want to remember what day it was. This way, you don't have to keep track on a calendar. You can count the next time you go to make comments and draw a picture. We're going to draw our seeds. I'm going to start with my napkin, and then I'm going to put, I had 3 beans, so I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 beans, and that's how I place mine on my napkin. And then I'm going to write 3 bean seeds next to my picture, because good scientists always draw a nice, neat picture and label their pictures so that later they know what happened during their experiment. We will be recording when we see roots coming in, when we see the stems start to grow, and when the leaves appear. Once we have leaves, we're going to be planting our plant into the dirt so we can grow healthy and big. For homework, I want you to ask your parents to help you hang your seeds up. I think the refrigerator is a good spot because it helps remind you that if you notice it's starting to get too dry, you can spray a little water inside the bag. Ask them to put your directions and the rest of your supplies somewhere safe for you. We're going to need the dirt and cup a little bit later. Have a great day. Can't wait to see you for our next science lesson.